Greetings, Commanders, it's Ryant1UM here, and today we are back in Stellaris Console Edition talking about the Stellaris Console Dev Diary number 19 and the incoming changes that we have to a few tech, as well as to some megastructures. So around last week, the Stellaris Wiki, or the Stellaris Twitter, decided to drop this brand new dev diary on us, and in it was detailing a lot of the information that we could expect in the next update. Now in the dev diary, it does say that it's still a ways off, but the fact that this is also coming to console after already having it on PC is really cool. So let's go ahead and go over it, and I'll share some screenshots from the actual dev diary itself, that way you can kind of follow along and see it yourself. So one of the biggest changes coming in this update is the fact that megastructures, like the Science Nexus, the Dyson Sphere, the Ring World, everything like that, will no longer be kind of locked behind the Galactic Wonders perk. In fact, once you have Mega Engineering, you can actually research as an individual tech the Science Nexus and any of the other megastructures that are not within the new Galactic Wonders Ascension perk. Now, what exactly is now going to be in the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk? Well, only the mega powerful megastructures will be in there. As you can see on screen, the only ones that'll be in there are the Ring World, the Matter Decompressor, and the Dyson Sphere. Now, the interesting thing about this is you're probably thinking, well, how the hell do I get those if I don't have the Galactic Wonders unlocked? Well, you actually have to build or rebuild a broken one, Megastructure, in order for you to unlock that ability to put in that Ascension perk. So, if you unlock the Science Nexus after you get Mega Engineering and you've gone through the prerequisite research to get it, if you complete a Science Nexus, you will then be able to use your Ascension perk to unlock the Megastructures or the Galactic Wonders inside of, or the Megastructures inside of Galactic Wonders. So it's really cool that instead of locking every single Megastructure behind one Ascension perk, it actually divvies them out a little more, and they can actually drop fairly randomly too, which is always nice. Especially, it adds credence to the technological ascendancy in the Ascension perks as well, giving you a better chance at getting rare tech. Because then, if you get very lucky and get Mega Engineering somewhat early on towards the middle, beginning of Endgame, it's very nice to be able to start your Science Nexus. It's nice to be able to start your Interstellar Assembly. It's kind of nice to be able to start your mega art installation and stuff like that. It's nice to be able to start that stuff and then get into the giant projects that will boost your economy incredibly. Then we have the Master Builder's Ascension perk, which I'm sure we're all familiar with because it's practically a go-to thing if you plan on building any megastructures in this game. Except now, instead of it unlocking Mega Engineering or adding size to habitats, it instead gives you the ability to finally build +1 more megastructure on top of the one you could already build. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to be so happy to be able to start on like a strategic coordination center from the Megacorp DLC, and then still be able to start building my Dyson Sphere if I wanted to. It's going to be so nice and save so much waiting and so much time. Not to mention, it also adds a 50% increase to the speed at which they are built, which is nice. Being able to take, a 50% reduction in the time. These projects are massive, and they're going to take tens of years in order to get them done. So maybe 9.5 feels a little bit better, Then we have the habitat changes and the Void-Born Ascension perk changes. That is the 5th time I've tried to say Void-Born Ascension perk. So the VB, Void-Born, Ascension perk also no longer gives the ability to build habitats, but instead increases habitat habitability by 20% and allows the constructions of additional 2 districts on the habitat. Now this is a really interesting thing because I don't believe we have the thing, or I don't believe we're going to get the thing where on PC you can build like one level of a habitat, then another level, and then another level. We're not getting that yet. But what we are getting is the research to be able to research habitats and then build them whenever you have the tech. That's honestly kind of nice, the fact that it's no longer locked behind an Ascension perk, because it frees up an Ascension perk where people would normally have to take, leaving it open for, the Colossus project or Psionic, a Rising and everything like that. But also, with the habitat changes, the current version of Console Edition, it's fairly restrictive in the amount of things that you can do with habitats. They're great for leisure and trade value and everything like that, and they're perfect for storing pops everywhere else. But I mean, once you have a Ring World, it doesn't really matter. However, Now, depending on where you build the habitat, will determine the special district that's inside of the habitat. So for instance, as it lists here, if you build one around a planet or an asteroid that has a mining outpost or a mineral value there, you can then begin to produce minerals from your habitat. Same thing with energy, same thing with research. It's honestly really powerful, especially if you can spam habitats very early on and get that stuff going. Then the final thing that they talk about is the ring worlds. So this is where we're going to touch on more of the Dyson Sphere and the ring world right here, because, or I should say the Dyson Sphere, matter decompressor, and the ring world, because they're all three going to get a nice little boost and a nice little bump. So the ring worlds we'll start off with first. Normally that was what, 50 districts, 50 or 51 districts that you could build across the entire one segment of the ring world. Well, now you can only build five total districts on the ring world. However, these 5 districts are insane in the amount of housing, jobs, and everything else that it adds. They are truly gargantuan districts to be able to build. They cost a lot of resources to upkeep and they cost a lot of resources to build. However, they're going to be so much more powerful for overwhelming amounts of pops to work on. It's gonna snowball economies incredibly quickly. Then we can talk about the Dyson Sphere. Now the Dyson Sphere, in my opinion, in the current version of console, before this update, is a laughable amount of energy. You can create 1,000 energy on any planet, or any 2 planets, and be completely fine, and never need to start the Dyson Sphere project. However, with this new update, it will now generate a whopping 4,000 energy credits a month. That's a crazy big boost. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Well, I could just add a couple more planets and have the same energy output as that. And I completely understand that. But add 4,000 on top of what you're already making. It's kind of a nice boost, especially when, you know, you can combine this with a trade empire and just have unlimited energy. Just a plus 10,000 energy a month would be so nice, eventually, obviously. And then finally, the matter decompressor. Based on my experience and the screenshots and everything like that, the matter decompressor most likely will be able to generate 2,000 minerals a month, as opposed to the right now, I believe, 1,200 minerals that it can actually produce right now. Now that's a nice little boost, but honestly, with the matter decompressor already being as powerful as it is, any boost is going to be great for it. So that's all the information that they had in the dev diary, but I figured I wanted to start some more of these videos so that we can keep each other updated on what's coming in the updates, especially as we draw closer to the next part of the expansion pass, because after Megacorp, I believe Lithoids is coming next. If I'm not mistaken, that was announced in tandem with Megacorp, and I'm really excited to go over that and cover that, because Lithoids was definitely one of my favorite packs to come out on PC. But I figured as more of these dev diaries come out, I'll try and intersperse them with the regular Stellaris content. So I know a lot of you were probably wondering, like, where's the Megastructure video? This is kind of going to serve as that, but I'm also going to point you in the direction towards Mobius Y, because I was watching his video and it's perfect. Honestly, he does a great job of it, so I'm going to go ahead and link that video down in the description one more time. That way, if you want to see everything about the Megastructures before this patch, go check that out, because he did a great job on it. But I believe that's everything from me today, and with that, this is Commander Ryan2, signing off.